It's time for another Out and About with Jamie Grout Shortcast, and with me to my left is Dr. Patrick Edwards, and to my right is Anna Sharada, and they're with Hospice, and we're here to kind of dispel some of the myths about hospice. And first of all, Dr. Edwards, I'm going to have you scoot in just a little bit closer to me here so everybody can see you. First of all, my sister is in hospice care right now. And I think maybe about 6 months, maybe longer ago, you had contacted me and suggested that my sister be in hospice. And I didn't know exactly whether I wanted to do this or not. But you talked to me about it. We had a good conversation about it. And I said any way that my sister could have better care, I was all for. And I found out right away that hospice does not necessarily mean it's a death sentence. I remember Jimmy Carter being in it for a long period of time before he finally passed away, and that is not the case, is it?
We think the hospice is generally for people that have a progressive disease or illness that is perceived is going to last 6 months or less. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't mean it's just for people in the last days or weeks of life. Mm-hmm. And it can provide, at no cost, under Medicare, additional help for pain control, to keep people at home if that's where they're at and want to stay there, and resources to help them through that transition. And we're not perfect, it can be longer than 6 months, but it's to help people go through the dying process with dignity and in a better environment. And that's what we're there for.
Anna, tell us about the nursing care that you folks do in hospice.
So nursing care in hospice, we look at taking care of the whole patient. So we look at providing care for their physical well-being along with their spiritual and emotional well-being. So as a nurse, I perform an assessment once or twice a week on a patient. I check their vital signs. I act as Dr. Edwards' eyes and ears so that he is aware of any changes that are happening with our patients. I also work hard to make sure that my patients are at peace and that they have comfort and that they have dignity. We, in hospice nursing, look at a holistic model. So we look at taking care of the whole patient and not just focusing on the medical aspect of things, because we're a whole person.
Sure. And I ask you this in the podcast, and I'm going to ask you this in the video too, Dr. Edwards, but what is the criteria for somebody to be in hospice care anyway?
So the specific Medicare criteria, which is what we usually deal with, is the physician has to certify that if this illness follows its usual course, the anticipated lifespan is 6 months or less. But that doesn't always happen. We're not perfect. People are tough, and they're survivors, and that doesn't matter as long as we are seeing changes, and we do our darndest to keep people on the program as long as it's a benefit to them.
And how is this paid for?
Hospice is a Medicare benefit, so everything from the physician services, the nursing services, equipment, medications, and then all the ancillary services such as social work, chaplain, music therapy if you want, volunteers, is all covered under Medicare. So there's generally no cost to the patient or family.
Okay. I'm going to get back to you in just a moment, because after our podcast, you said you had so much more you wanted to say, and I want to give you a chance to do that in just a moment. But I want to turn to Anna in just a moment, because every week I get a call from Jason, the pastor, and let's talk about pastoral care too.
We have 3 spiritual care counselors in all of Wesley Life. So they cover our different service areas. We go down to Pella, we're in Indianola, we're in Des Moines, up by Ames, and of course Newton. Mm-hmm. And so our spiritual care counselors, or our chaplains, they will go visit patients a couple times a month. People that are getting closer to the end of life, they'll visit more frequently. Mm-hmm. And they're just there as another support. They really work to provide spiritual support that You don't have to have a Christian belief. You could
Be a Buddhist.
you could believe in the Jedi of Star Wars, and they will brush up on that knowledge
Sure.
to make sure that they can provide that support to patients.
Great. Anything else you want to add, Dr. Edwards?
I guess one of the things I'd like to add is we would like people to contact us earlier in the process, because I think we have a lot to offer people that comes too late because of the misconception that hospice is only for the last couple of days or the last couple of weeks of life. So there's no harm in contacting us. Hey, I think my father needs this or my grandfather needs this help, and can you guys come and make an assessment? There's no cost to that. There's no harm in doing that, and there's a lot of need, and it's going to be increasing. And we think we have a lot to offer, and we'd like people to take advantage of us sooner.
You bet. And you said if people have questions, they can contact the clinic.
Correct.
Yeah, the number there is 641-792-2112. My interview guests have been Anna Shirata and Dr. Patrick Edwards, all about hospice on this Out and About with Jamie Grout podcast. Anna, you want to be my assistant here and push that black button? Thanks for joining.